Vikings, let's win the game!
Hey Vikings fans, ready for the latest scoop on your favorite team? Strap in because today's update is packed with all sorts of twists and turns. Let's kick things off with a strategic switch-up, involving one player stepping into a familiar role that could totally redefine our offense this season. Next up, get ready for a jaw-dropping reveal about a star who, against all odds, ended a 25-year drought to make it onto an elite list. You won't want to miss this. Also on the docket, we've got the inside scoop on the season's most anticipated revenge game. It's going to be epic. Lastly, find out why an undrafted rookie is turning heads and making waves within the coaching staff. According to Kevin Seifert, this could be our next big star. Are you ready? Because we're diving into these news right now. Welcome! Show your Viking support by reaching 100 thumbs up on today's video. The 2025 season is shaping up to be a watershed moment for the Minnesota Vikings, particularly with some strategic shifts in the offensive playbook. J.J. McCarthy, our promising young quarterback, is all set to take the lead on the field, but he won't be doing it alone. Jordan Mason, who joined us in an off-season trade, is pegged as a key player in maximizing our quarterback's potential. And it's no small feat, considering his departure from the San Francisco 49ers helped make room for Brock Purdy's whopping 5-year, $265 million contract extension. But Mason didn't leave his skills in California. With a standout performance alongside Purdy, he racked up 789 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns in 2024, showing he's more than ready for the challenges in Minnesota. Following the trade, Mason inked a 2-year, $10.5 million extension with Vikings. Expectations are sky high. Coach Kevin O'Connell is clearly focused on beefing up the ground game, a strategy that not only protects McCarthy, but also enhances his performance as a quarterback. Aaron Jones, another critical piece in this strategy, smashed it last year with 1,138 rushing yards and 5 touchdowns, proving he's still a valuable asset approaching 31. Jones secured a 2-year, $20 million re-signing with the Vikings. This renewed emphasis on the rush attack is a clear signal that O'Connell wants to ease the pressure on McCarthy, allowing him to develop effectively and safely in his role. After all, McCarthy comes off a championship-winning season with the Michigan Wolverines, where a run-heavy offense helped them clinch a national title. Just imagine what he can achieve with the Vikings having Mason and Jones by his side. Interestingly, despite Mason's evident skills, his role as a pass catcher is somewhat modest compared to Jones, who, in addition to his rushing prowess, offers a reliable option for short passes. This dynamic could prove critical for safety plays, keeping the Vikings' offense versatile and unpredictable. Choosing not to pursue a more seasoned quarterback underscores tremendous confidence in McCarthy and highlights the importance of robust support from his backfield. With a cohesive strategy and dedicated players, the Vikings aim not just to protect their young quarterback, but to build a promising and winning future. Keep your eyes peeled because if this tactic pans out, we might just see incredible things from McCarthy and Mason. And speaking of high expectations, you won't believe who's featured in our next segment. If you were expecting names like Randy Moss or Adrian Peterson on the last quarter-century's all-PFF team, brace yourself for a stunning twist. The sole Viking to grace this prestigious list is Antoine Winfield, a cornerback who, despite often being under the radar, shone brightly throughout his career, particularly during his time with us from 2004 to 2012. Pro Football Focus, known for their meticulous player analysis and scoring, spotlighted Winfield not just as one of the top players in his position, but as a true specialist both in coverage and run defense. His scores, peaking at an impressive 94.5 in the latter half of his career, reflect a level of performance few can maintain. Jonathan Macri from PFF described Winfield as an almost hidden legend, whose years in the PFF era still amount to some of the most notable in history. From 2006 to 2012, he consistently ranked among the top-rated players, with notable highlights in his run defense. He may not be the first choice for many when thinking of Viking stars, but his numbers and impact are undeniable. With 21 interceptions, 74 passes defended, and a personal record of tackles for loss, Winfield was more than just a stats player. He was a strategic force on the field, using his deep understanding of the game to consistently tilt defense in our favor. His low center of gravity and relentless determination made him a nightmare for opponents, both in coverage and direct tackles. But Winfield's recognition is more than just a curiosity. It's a testament to the type of talent the Vikings have always sought and developed. This kind of acknowledgement reinforces our identity as a team that values skill and intelligence on the field. As we consider Winfield's impact on our team and the league, it's a reminder that sometimes the most influential heroes are those who don't chase the spotlight, but rather those who do the hard, necessary work day after day. Now, speaking of stories of comebacks and redemptions, the next news feature will bring a twist in the career of a player you're definitely familiar with. In the NFL, stories of revenge always carry an extra emotional weight, especially when they involve transitions between teams and hefty contracts. Sam Darnold, now with the Seattle Seahawks, set to face the Vikings in Week 13, personifies revenge this season. Darnold's story with the Vikings, though brief, was intense and transformative. Last season, after a devastating start to his career with the Jets and a lackluster stint with the Panthers, Darnold found redemption in Minnesota. He took over the reins after an injury to J.J. McCarthy and surprised everyone, completing 66.2% of his passes for 4,319 yards, 35 touchdowns, and only 12 interceptions. This performance not only secured him a spot in the Pro Bowl, but also revitalized his career, leading the Vikings to an impressive 14-3 record. However, the Vikings' decision not to renew his contract, opting instead to invest in the young J.J. McCarthy, left Darnold free to find a new home. What he found in Seattle was more than a contract. It was a new opportunity to prove his worth, this time with a hint of revenge. Mike Jones from The Athletic highlighted this matchup as the most anticipated revenge game of 2025. Last fall, the Vikings took a gamble on Darnold, and he repaid them by resurrecting his career and delivering an MVP-worthy campaign. Now, as the quarterback for the Seahawks, he'll have the chance to show the Vikings what they let go, wrote Jones. This game is not just an opportunity for Darnold. It's a vivid example of how NFL careers can swing in a moment, from failures to redemptions. For fans, this matchup will be loaded with emotions, analysis, and, of course, sky-high expectations. If Darnold managed to raise the Vikings to one of their best performances in years, what might he do against them? That's what most critics are wondering. As the Vikings prepare for this epic showdown, let's not forget that there are still more surprises on the horizon. Our next topic involves a rookie making noise, especially since he wasn't picked in the draft. And for this reason, he's being seen as regret by opponents. Every season, surprises emerge among rookies, especially those not selected in the draft, but who demonstrate undeniable potential. This year is no exception for the Minnesota Vikings, who seem to have found a gem in Max Brosmer, an undrafted quarterback. Brosmer, after a notable final season at the University of Minnesota, where he threw 17 touchdowns against just 5 interceptions, was not chosen in the NFL draft. However, his performance caught the attention of the Vikings, who did not hesitate to add him to their roster, offering a generous contract with $246,000 guaranteed, indicating that they see significant potential in him. Brosmer's initial role may be limited, but his future looks promising. While J.J. McCarthy is the presumed starter, Brosmer's presence adds depth and competition to the quarterback group, which also includes Sam Howell and Brett Rypien. Kevin O'Connell, coach of the Vikings, known for his talent in developing quarterbacks, has already highlighted Brosmer's qualities, such as his game intelligence and solid technique observed since the early trainings. On the field, Brosmer has shown a remarkable ability to manage games, focusing on ball security and making accurate decisions, essential qualities for a quarterback who may not have the most impressive physical attributes, but compensates with a sharp understanding of the game. His ability to dissect opposing defenses, especially in zone coverages, and his accuracy in intermediate passes, suggests that he could fit well in a play-action-based attack. Brosmer's situation is particularly intriguing because he enters a quarterback room with a hierarchy not yet fully defined beyond McCarthy. It remains to be seen how open the competition will be for the QB2 or QB3 spots. By merit, Howell and Ripien are surely the favorites, and often teams allocate the reps mainly to the top 3 guys rather than letting a fourth throw the ball. If he has the opportunity to compete, it would be fun to watch in training camp and the preseason. This leaves the door open for him to show his worth, whether as a reliable substitute or even challenging for a more significant role in the future. As we approach the season, it will be fascinating to see how Brosmer adjusts to the demands of the NFL and how he might surprise by defying typical expectations for an undrafted rookie. With the right support and the right mindset, Brosmer could become a living example of the saying, "Where there's skill, there's a way." Keep an eye on him, Vikings fans, because this rookie has a lot to show. Each update from the Vikings news brings with it the flame of hope and the promise of an unforgettable season. Which one did you like the most, and what other moves does the team still need to make? Your passion, energy, and loyalty are the heartbeat of Vikings Nation. So, let's keep that energy going. Share this video, drop a comment, and hit that subscribe button for all the latest Vikings updates. Stay tuned. SKOL Vikings, let's go!